Hello, I'm Josephine Amparado, and this is my course project in Data Communications and Networking 4. The topic is point-to-point connections. So what is point-to-point connection? A point-to-point connection is a direct link between two communication endpoints, and it allows data travel exclusively between 2 points without interference from other devices, and common in networking, telecommunications, and serial communication. Here are the key characteristics of point-to-point connection. Dedicated link between two devices, high reliability and low latency, simplified troubleshooting due to limit endpoints, and often used in private network and secure channels. Here are some examples in the real world in point-to-point connection. So from the USB cable to Bluetooth headset, point-to-point is everywhere. Even lease line between offices is used in this model. Here's the comparison with other topology. As you can see, um, compared to the bus topology and star topology, point-to-point is simpler but less scalable. It's ideal for secure dedicated link. Here's our use cases of point-to-point connection. Industries use point-to-point for VPNs, telecom links, and remote device control. It's all about precision and privacy. These are the advantages and limitations of point-to-point connections. For advantages, simple setup and secure private communication, efficient for dedicated tasks, minimal interfaces. Interference. For the limitations, not scalable for large network, requires more cabling for multiple connection, and less flexible than shared topologies. And now for the point-to-point protocol basic configuration command. And then we choose any router, but I choose this 2811. Okay, all successful. Now we proceed to next the point-to-point protocol configuration, and I assign the IP address to both routers, set up PPP encapsulation, and set clocking. And now we get this router, same in the image. So now we ping each other by using simple PD. So successful. Okay. Okay, let's proceed to next slide. So next topic is branch connection. For the introduction, A branch connection refers to a network structure where multiple devices or nodes are connected to a central point, and each branch extends outward like limbs from a tree. It allows communication between the central node and each branch independently. Here's the key characteristic of branch connection. Centralized control, hierarchical structure, easy to expand, and efficient for managing multiple endpoints. These are some example in the real world of branch connection. Branch connection scale better while point-to-point is simpler and more private. And these are the comparison with point-to-point. From smart homes to power grids, branch connection help manage complexity. For the use cases, corporate network, smart home system, industrial control system, and power distribution. These are the advantage and limitations for branch connection. For the advantage, it is easy to manage, flexible expansion, centralized monitoring, and supports multiple devices. And for the limitations, central point is a single point of failure, can become congested and require more planning. So we configure the clientless SSL VPN. So before I configure it, let's identify first the clientless SSL VPN. So it is a type of virtual private network that allows you to securely access internal corporate resources through a standard web browser without needing to install any dedicated VPN software on your devices. So let's start. Now we get first the laptop. Next is the switch. So for the switch is 2960, and for the ASA it's 5505. Lastly, the server. So first we go to laptop, desktop, and configuration. So we first desktop and then I put configuration. Mm. Now we go to switch CSI. Next is port server. And then we check the server if the service is on the HTTP and HTTPS. So it's on. Okay, close it. Next. Next, we proceed to the next slide. Now we are still in the ASA. ASA. So now we proceed to ASA, and then we go to config clientless VPN, and then bookmark manager. So the bookmark title is site 1. for the URL. Oops. These are the server IP address. Then click add. So now we proceed to same as a conf2 and then config, and then go to clientless VPN, and then so first we're going to go CLI and then type username test. And then go back to config and then user manager. For the username, it's test, and profile name, same test. Bookmark site 1 and the group 1, just group 1. And then set. Then go back to CLI. CLI. So now we go to laptop, next to desktop, good browser. URL, for the username, test, and password is test.test. So we successed to have to get the final result for in the laptop. So now we go to server to check also. Go to desktop. So the result is successful. Now we proceed to the next slide. The next topic is access control list. The introduction. An access control list, or ACL, is a set of rules that define permission attached to an objects, and it specifies which users or systems can access resources and what operation they're allowed to perform. Here's are the key components of the ACLs. For the subject who wants to access, so the user, group, and system, and what they want to access. Of course, the file, folder, and device. For the permission, what actions are allowed? They allow to read, write, and execute. Here's the examples in the real world in ACLs. So for the file system, uh, example is Windows NTFS, and for the network ACLs, and their example is router and firewalls. And for the cloud storage ACLs, AWS S3 buckets. Here's are the types of ACLs. For the file system, and the description is control access to files or folder. Next is network ACL, filter traffic based on IP rules. Database ACL manages access to tablet and records. Here's the advantage and limitations of ACLs. For the advantage, granular control over access, easy to audit and manage, enhanced security, and for the limitation, can become complex in large systems, hard to maintain without proper tools, and not ideal for dynamic environment. And that's all. Thank you.